The eyes of Odin beyond the eye. I am Odin, father of gods, bearer of staffs, caller of wars, master of words. But over time I learned, the greatest word is silence. I did not lose my eye. It wasn't a loss nor a sacrifice. It was a part I tore away from myself, and I left it not at the bottom of a well, but beneath truth itself. Mimir's well, they say it grants knowledge, but wisdom is not knowledge. Wisdom walks the line of madness. When you look into that well, you don't find answers. Answer looks into you. I looked into it, and it looked back. From that moment on, the eye was no longer mine. What I cast away became a door to another realm. Beneath time, beneath light, where even gods dare not tread, where origin has no name. My eye no longer sees as I do. It sees everything. It doesn't look, it makes you feel. Like something crawling just beneath your skin, a whisper bleeding in from the corners of your mind. And I have slept with that gaze, for I jest thee, say a god does not dream. They are wrong. Every night, I live what it sees. Even while awake, reality ripples like trembling water. I did not sacrifice my eye. I shattered reality. The echo of the eye no longer belongs to me, but I still belong to it. As if a bond woven not from flesh, but from emptiness itself. I do not see it yet, I feel it. Not when I look, but when I don't. Some nights the wind falls still, the stars fall silent, and from deep within that dark stone where I left my eye, a whisper begins. It is not a sound you hear, but a voice that speaks inside me. You have fractured time. Now time will fracture you. These words make no sense until I dream. Then each letter becomes pain. Each sentence burns into my soul like a vow. Then it begins. The eye opens in my sleep, but not only for me. It falls into other minds too, to mortals, to gods, to the living and the cursed. Some call it dream, some call it madness. But they all share one truth. Nothing remains the same after the eye. It was once the wisest of gods. Now I have becometh one who must remain silent. For truth is a flame, and those who speak it burn. Once Freya asked me, "What did you see, Odin?" I gave no answer. But in my heart I thought, what I saw cannot be spoken. For it has no name, and that which has no name is the most dangerous of all. Speak to the darkness, and one day it will call you back in your own voice. The awakened the eye is no longer a curse that belongs only to me. In time I realized others had begun to see it too. At first it was in dreams. Warriors, poets, mortals, they woke in the middle of the night, trembling, with tears in their eyes but with blood. And all of them whispered the same thing. Someone within the darkness is watching us. The eye I left behind had become a mirror. It's not one that shows your soul, but one that measures how long you can look before you break. One man tore out his own tongue after seeing it in a dream. Another woman carved runes into stone walls every night. Some simply laughed themselves into silence. Even the gods grew uneasy. Tyr said, "That stone must be sealed again." But how do you seal a piece of a god? How do you imprison an infinity born from your own mind? That eye is no longer an eye, I told them. It is a trial, and no one survives it. But no god, no sage, no sorcerer truly knows what the eye has become, because only I understand it. I and those it awakened. There are few who awaken, but they are no longer of this world. When the eye chooses someone, it wakes them. But not just to awaken. To remain awake comes with a price. If the eye sees you, you will never see the world the same again. The calling, at first I thought it was just an eye. Then I saw it was a mirror. But now, the eye speaks like a mouth. It cuts through silence, shatters the night. It's no longer a whisper, but a call. On a mountaintop, a lonely child once heard a voice in the wind. The eye is still open, and the child lost their sight. Yet they still saw. Because the eye does not always look through your eyes, sometimes it gazes through the depth of your soul. The eye no longer chooses. It summons. It doesn't care who you are, good or wicked, faithful or lost. It only wants you to look. Because everyone who looks leaves a trace, and the eye consumes that trace. In some places, stones began to crack on their own. Temples started bearing runes, but no hand carved them. They rose not from the surface, but from within the stone. Could this world be born from the eye itself? I asked myself, and in that moment the eye spoke to me again. You did not leave me, Odin. I waited. Now return. Something broke inside me. If I am Odin, then why am I the one being summoned? Why does it want me back? Perhaps I was never the one who left the eye. Perhaps it was the eye that released me. Now it calls me back. But this time, not to see, but to disappear. Sometimes the eye does not show. It pulls you in. The final gaze for years I ran. Through silence, forgetting, denial. But even a god cannot escape what lies within. The eye, what I once believed I had created, was in truth what created me. And now, as it opens once more, I am no longer a god. I am unleashed reflection within it. You did not shatter reality, Odin. You only saw the fracture it told me, and I could not deny it, because the eye does not lie. The eye only shows. Now all things blur. Stars, runes, the fabric of time, all twist and coil within the eye's spiraling infinity. I am Odin, but I am no longer outside the eye, I am within, drawn deeper with every glance, until I no longer know where I end and it begins. Even the gods no longer hear me. My voice echoes only through the darkness, and these will be my final words. The eye was never just an eye. It was the first gaze of the universe. And now it is gazing again. If you have seen Odin's eye, it has already seen you. If you can still hear these words, then the eye has not let go of you yet. This wasn't just a story, it was a calling. And if the eye stirred something inside you, subscribe. The darkness has not gone quiet, so the gaze reaches even deeper. The gods are silent. But if you're still listening, you are not alone.